Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Anime, and this is week 9 of my weekly roundup of all the anime I'm watching this season. I'm sorry this is out so late. It is only because I had planned over the weekend and we had a big Christmas party and lots of shit going on, so I had to get this out a little bit late, and week 10 will probably be a little bit late too. I am very glad we are finally getting some answers on what is going on. Unfortunately, at this point, I've lost interest because so much of the series was taken up by just nothing and them just, it was nice to see them traveling and it was nice to see them interacting with each other, but at some point you gotta, actually get to the point, and since not a lot has happened in this show, I've just kind of lost interest. Also, I have this sneaking suspicion that Lenny is gonna die, so that does not help me either. I have to admit that this was actually kind of creepy, and it was a lot more interesting than last week's, but, considering the last two have, been very, very boring, like, really, birds, you just, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be interested in this show because I really, really want to like it, but half the episodes are just nothing happening, and half the episodes are, the better ones are kind of creepy, but I don't know. It still doesn't entirely feel like a Digimon series to me. It feels like another IP, and they just decided to make it a Digimon series at the last minute. I do like the idea of someone fucking with the main character's sense of time. That's actually honestly kind of neat, but, So, as I suspected, something is up with Sakura. I suspect she's actually his sister, and that she's connected to Kika somehow. I don't really know how, but, this episode makes it clear that I was right, and that, something is off with her. It says that she's, not part of somebody's, her wish had something to do with finding her body again. So I'm assuming that somehow either her wish or Kika's wish was, I'm assuming it's that Kika wanted to be near Teruto, so she wished to have a human body in order to, be near him or something like that. Truth be told, the show is not horrible, but it's okay. It's a card game anime. It's not bad, but the only thing that bothers me is that we still haven't done anything with the orange-haired girl. I don't even know her name. We haven't done anything with her yet, and if they do a season 2, I'd assume that that's going to focus more on her, because she hasn't had any purpose. So, I'm still kind of interested to see where this goes, but at this point, I'm just kind of riding it out. I am so glad, at the very least, the show is not entirely interesting, but at least we got an episode where they did something with the clips. Because one of the things that's bothered me is, they've been focusing all their energy on Oz and Lost Eden. And although they didn't really get any development, at least we saw Eclipse. At least, we spent an episode with them. So it's better than nothing. I still don't understand what the point of Guild dying is. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Like the fact that one of the things that has always bothered me is the fact that the moon thing, it doesn't have a representation. It's not voiced. It doesn't have a body, so we don't know anything about it. We don't know its rules. We don't know its what it is, because it doesn't have a representation of any kind. It doesn't have any maybe it could possess people and explain things to us. We don't know. So without any, we have no connection to it. So I have no idea where this show is going. I still don't understand anything in this show, which is a shame, because it's okay. It honestly feels like the cutscenes for an otome game. It honestly feels like uh, it was supposed to be a game, but they just decided to scrap it at the last minute and make it an anime. So this episode is just more of them wandering around and, trying to figure out what they're gonna do. I don't even care at this point. I'm really bored with it. I just we're on episode 9, so I'm just riding it out until the end. We got 3 episodes to go. Other than that, this season has not been very good, so I'm sorry if it doesn't seem like I have a lot to say about these shows. It's just, they've been iffy this season, that's all. So, I think we're getting some kind of plot in this, because at the very least, we find out that the aliens have come to Earth, and that, there's going to be some kind of apocalypse, and that something... The thing is, I really don't care, because it's been the same loop over and over and over again, and none of the people have any actual personality. So, the part with the ninja person, I don't know his name. I literally don't know any of the names of these characters. The part with the ninja person, Urson was kind of funny, but at least I think that was a ninja. I don't know. I'm having a hard time paying attention to this one because I really don't care. I don't care about this season, to be perfectly honest. I hope next season will be better, because if it's not, I'm just gonna have to take a break from doing seasonal and just go through older shows, because I'm getting bored with this. So, I am really, really, really glad we finally get to see Lug assassinate somebody, and we get to see Lug assassinate somebody because he wants to, and not because he's being forced to. I do find it interesting that, he stops and watches the man's wife grieving, which is weird to me, because you'd think he wouldn't care. Like, this dude is a drug dealer. This dude is selling drugs to poor people, so you'd think he wouldn't care. And you think he wouldn't care what that dude's wife thought, because you know she knew. You know there is no way that woman did not know that her husband was selling drugs to people. And for those of you who know me, you know that, certain people, in my opinion, do not deserve any sympathy whatsoever. The only drugs I believe garner sympathy from me are weed, because it's pot, because pot is basically harmless, and shrooms, because shrooms have been proven to be very, 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 there's been scientific research that they help with pain relief, they help cure depression, certain mental illnesses, they help with that. So those are the only 2 drugs that I generally, don't care if people take. And if you sell shrooms or pot to people, I don't care. But other than that, if you sell drugs to people, then fuck you, and you literally deserve whatever you get. So I'm not exactly sympathetic to this guy, and I'm very, very, very glad that the show actually, is able to show, we just assassinate him without a second thought. Because in any other show, he would have been like, this guy isn't doing anything. Also, he's apparently selling secrets to neighboring kingdoms, but that's not a big deal. Other than that, I still wish this show would get to the actual plot, because I'm really curious to know who the hero is. I still have a feeling the hero is going to be a girl, because that's usually how the twist in these shows go. I really, really, really like Yuga. He's probably not the other Yuga, not the main character. He's probably the most interesting thing. I'm not really sure what the series plans to do with them. We're getting another Yu-Gi-Oh series after this, so I don't know if this series is ending or if they're just gonna play two Yu-Gi-Oh series back to back, because we've never had that before. We've never had two Yu-Gi-Ohs back to back, and I really hope the next one is a lot more adult like the previous series, because honestly, this one's just been really fucking boring, and it's really sad because I wanted to like it, because when they introduced Yuro, I was like, ooh, this should be interesting. And he's kind of creepy. He's plotting something. But they just kind of dropped that, and they haven't done anything. And now, like I said, I like the sixth president as a villain. And I like how just, like how just kind of, more sadistic he is. But it's still not memorable enough. I just, at this point, I just really, really, really want to know about, like, the bug people and what their deal is. Other than that, I don't really care. One more thing. I know, I didn't release, what's it called? 1001 Anime to see before you die this month. I wasn't even planning to release a quickie on Encanto this month, but I saw it and I figured I'd get it out of the way. If you haven't seen that, basically, good movie, needed a lot more character moments. But anyway, I didn't release a 1001 Anime to see before you die because other than the weekly things, it's Christmas, so I'm not gonna release one this month because I'm gonna be focusing on Christmas shit this month. I'm getting my shopping done. I'm getting my stockings because we're going over to my sister's house for Christmas this year. So probably, other than my weekly videos, these will be the last videos of 2021. The beginning of 2022, I will do my best and worst of the season and my top and bottom 10 of the year. And other than that, that's it for this year, and I wish everybody a Merry Christmas.